All right, so this is a video on playing your jazz lines slowly or practicing slowly. You can choose to use a metronome. I personally don't use a metronome a lot. In fact, I hardly use a metronome. The reason I don't use a metronome is I like to keep internal time. I think it's a skill set to be able to develop, just some good internal rhythmic feel. I think if you grow up playing with a lot of records, that's like playing a metronome. So all of the rock guitar that I memorized and some of the bebop lines that I've played them along with records. That was my upbringing. That's really how I built up my jazz vocabulary. So I felt that was playing the metronome. And so there's nothing artificial about playing with the metronome. It's just from a personal choice. I like to keep rhythm for myself. If I'm not using, a footstool or I'm not playing like this, I have a tendency to take my, foot and then just tap it on. But it's really hard to try to keep time. I think timing is the most important thing in music. I would say that playing the right note out of time is horrible. You're better off playing the wrong note, but in time. That's just me personally. You can always play the note again, and it's going to sound like it belongs in the piece of music, and it's just something that's dissonant anyway. But that's how you get away with mistakes. So I'll show you what I like to do when I play practice jazz lines, especially at a slower tempo. Um, for most people, what impresses people is like you're playing bebop lines and you're going all over the fretboard, but really trying to connect your thoughts and ideas and trying to do it and tell a story and do it in a very slow manner is really hard to think about. So I'm just gonna play a little bit something. Okay. So that was actually very, very difficult for me to do, to try to just slow down some lines and ideas that I was thinking of and the chords that I was thinking about playing these things over. So when you play fast bebop top lines, um, the music is going so fast that you're not even really thinking. So a lot of the time spent woodshedding is really not trying to go as fast as you possibly can. There's tons and millions of videos. Oh, how do I play as fast? Like Eddie Van Halen or Steve Vai and all that stuff, or even Pat Martino and depending upon George Benson, depending upon your genre. So those guys, I would gather played slowly. Okay, when they practice, they're not practicing at breakneck speed. And then, so after you do that, you can then build up some speed and go a little bit faster. So, okay. The reason I practice with an acoustic guitar is you hear everything. So you hear your mistakes and you hear the lines that are not flowing. Because let me tell you, playing both acoustic and you know, plugged in guitar, this makes a man out of you. And so the lines may not sound as good, but anytime you hear somebody playing acoustic jazz and you think, man, that guy can play, that person can play. Just listening to a couple of the Pat Martino stuff and some of the Joe Pass stuff off of acoustic guitar, and you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, then. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this. Bye now.